Welcome to the newsstand of the hottest new podcast, Opinions 2 Million, with your hosts, Big G, Money Mo, and Shawnee, where we'll be discussing the latest and greatest heat from the culture. Man, did you hear that beat drop? You ain't ready. Let's get straight into it. Opinions to reach 1 million followers, opinions to reach $1 million. New pod dropping every week. I officially welcome you to Opinions 2 Million podcast. Let the beat rock.
Yeah.
And debate with you.
Yeah, exactly.
I was talking about you, Gary. Can't debate with you.
I be chilling, man. I don't even believe half the stuff I say. I just be trying to get y'all get a reaction.
You be trying to get us tight.
Listen, that microphone gonna cut real low. So.
Do you believe that video about Nipsey Hussle then? That you don't believe half of the stuff that you say?
Yeah, I believe it.
Wait,
what
video?
Yo, what the fuck? What's that first topic, bro?
Yeah,
I'm ready to explain it to you, yo. Let's get started. Welcome. We back for another one. Episode 26. Man, Money Mo and Shawnee is bluffing. They couldn't make it. I had to get them with replace cast last minute. And we got Bronzel, Andrew, Brittany, Cam. More people be joining, hopefully, as we go along. But the big topic, we had to start it off big, man. Nipsey Hussle. It's been crashing the internet. A lot of people been talking about it over this week. Audio surface or Whack 100, which is the game Ray J and Blueface manager, has audio.
And 6ix9ine.
And 6ix9ine. You're trying to throw there to try to discredit him, yo. That's crazy.
right off top, that
has no, it's not. Has
you fucking with a goofy ass nigga talking about somebody else ain't real? Like, come on.
Has audio of him saying that there's a gay tape of Nipsey out there, and from what Wax says in the tape, this is how it's described: that Nipsey Hussle pays a man to have a threesome with his baby mother at the time. Let's make it clear, it's not Lauren London, it's the first baby mother. In the tape, it shows Nipsey Hussle hitting it from the back and the other man getting top. Nipsey Hussle grabs the girl's head from giving the man top, French kisses her, and then proceeds to place her head back on to give the man top, and then shouts out on Neighborhood Crip. What is y'all thoughts? What are y'all thoughts on that, man? What are your thoughts?
I have no comment. We gotta see the footage. These claims can't be validated.
Yes.
This is mere hearsay.
It's all allegedly, man. But that's what Whack 100 is saying in the clip. He said
Whack
that
100? Because I ain't heard his name and I don't know how long.
Well, Whack 100 be running the streets, man. He managed Blueface, The Game, and Ray J.
Oh, this is my thing. I need to see.
That's what I'm saying. Them people ain't nothing. Blueface. What's the last song he had? Tatiana or whatever? What does he have?
Wow. So y'all saying y'all discredit it until you see the video, y'all don't care. Y'all don't think it's true.
Until I see the video and until the guy who was in the video actually speaks on it. I don't want to hear that he got the video on his phone and that people seen it from him. I want to hear him verbally speak on it.
Or the baby mother, if she's still alive or whatever's going on in that situation.
Yeah, like, or the baby mother.
We need to have a meeting. Like, we need to sit them down on Oprah.
I don't think that's something you're going to speak up about, though.
I mean, it's not like really messing with him, though, none. And the joint is on Nipsey.
But this is my thing. If you can't speak on it, why are you showing people? So if somebody approaches you about the situation and you can't speak on it, then I feel like it's not validated because you so-called showing people the video, but yet you can't back it. Like when somebody come and approach you about the situation, if you can't speak on it yourself, because either he portraying to be a straight man and clearly he not, and that's what happened.
So that's my thing. Really make him gay though?
All right, we can ask that. I don't think so, but
okay. Well, I don't think so. Only because if my man tell me, "Oh, come let's have a threesome with you and another woman," do that make me gay?
What's different?
What's different? What's different?
He's a female, bro.
It's different. I think
what's different?
It's different for niggas. Like
It's a different. You cannot have. Didn't we have this discussion in one of them other podcasts? That's the problem. People always want to do. Gary, correct me if I'm wrong. People
talking about the
always
double
want
standard.
yes, it can't be a double standard with everything like that.
I mean, I'm not saying it make him gay, but that's some freaky shit that, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of niggas that wouldn't do that. He just, you know,
Yeah,
that's
you're right. It is some that won't, but it is a lot who because women have fantasy just like men.
Nah, yo, I don't know. I think that's like.
I'm not asking my man. Granted, I'm not going to ask my man to do that with another man.
That's weird. Like the threesome is cool, but the whole action of all that kissing her.
Yeah, you talking about he went on his own volition and did that shit. Like he yanked the bitch by her head.
Sure did.
Would it make a difference? Would it make a difference if maybe he wasn't performing any acts, but acts was getting performed to him? What would you think about that?
Yeah, that's good.
I can't speak on none of that shit. Just don't like
if the man was performing with him.
Yeah, like if the man was doing sexual favors on Nipsey verse and Nipsey wasn't.
That's out. That's out.
Yeah,
no,
that's out. That's automatic. That's automatic.
That's not even questioning with this joint.
Okay. So receiving and stuff like that is a different than giving.
If it's sexual with another man, then yeah.
But this
ain't no way to sugarcoat that.
The like this joint is just weird because it's like the man and Nipsey didn't have no direct contact, but like you pulling her off of giving him top and then French kissing her like all up and slopping lips and fluids, yo, that's.
I mean,
then proceeding to place it back like and then shout on neighborhood crip. Like I could just like neighborhood crip, yeah.
Okay, like, but that's okay. But look at it like this. Okay, he was in the moment. Okay, he was in the moment and actually physically there doing it. But suppose his baby mother was doing that, then came home, he ain't know, and was tonguing her down and stuff like that when she didn't clean out her mouth and none of that. What's the difference?
There's a difference. There's a difference between consciously doing it and then like not knowing, man. That joint's weird.
I guess he said we're gonna go all the way, but this shit help.
And now that this is surface, yo, I'm pretty sure by the end of the month the video's gonna be out. I'm gonna tell you, yo. Now that the videos, because this is what's happening from. So after this came out, Wack 100 went on Clubhouse and further explained. He said this was the situation. That the man approached Wack 100 with the video, and Wack 100's been saying that for the last 3 years. He's been paying the man to keep the video. So the man said that media companies have been offering him up to $1 million for the video. But Wack over the last 3 years has been giving the man, I guess, work and all kind of stuff like that. And when he can't find him any work, he said that like he's personally given him up to $20,000 at a time just to keep him, you know, afloat. And I guess it's just going to keep. But another thing in the recording is saying that they were going to use that video to extort Nipsey or to extort Lauren London for 30% of the contract, which they felt like Big U was owed. So the whole situation, Bronzo dropped out for a minute, man. I know you heard us describe the tape. Bronzo, what's your thoughts?
I didn't hear you describe the tape. Shit.
All right, man, I'm gonna just ready to be my fourth.
We run through that back. Let's get through some other shit first. I'm tired. We done went through over this shit like 6 times.
All right, hold up. Let's gloss over it real fast. You don't gotta get too.
All right,
Nipsey got a taste of another man. Nipsey got a taste of another man's thing after his wife sucked the man off. That's pretty much it. After his wife sucked the man off, Nipsey was in the same room and he got a taste because he started tonguing the wife down. So he got a taste of another man's penis in his mouth.
All right, so he was giving somebody else fellatio.
No. This is what happened, Bronzo. Nipsey paid allegedly from the recording. It says Nipsey paid a man to have a threesome with his wife. During the act, Nipsey was hitting it from the back and he was getting top, right? Nipsey pulls the girl's head off from giving the man top, French kisses her, and then proceeds to put her head back on giving him top, and then say on neighborhood crip.
That's some weird shit, but it's not gay.
Thank you.
Like, I wouldn't do it, but like, it's not gay.
So where is this? Yeah.
Okay, let me ask y'all, do y'all think swingers are gay?
If they're not
It
doing
does-
it,
I
You're
mean-
not interacting with the same sex.
But okay, they are swingers. They switch and then they rotate. So while the wife and the husband can be doing different people, yes, they do all of it. They be in the same room. All four of them be in the same room, and they rotate. The two guys don't interact, but the women interact with each other's husband, and then they might go back and fool with their husband. I mean, it's the same thing as a swinger. That's how I'm looking at it.
Nah, there's a double standard for men, man. Like, as long as you don't mess with the other man, that's cool.
Technically, he ain't messed with the other man. His wife did, and he just got a taste. I mean,
Nah, yo.
Just
So
the way you saying he got a taste like that,
Like,
no, I can't.
I don't know about that, yo. But nah, like Bronzo, I think we all agree. Like, it wasn't no direct contact, so like, it's not necessarily gay, but it is like, man, you squinting your eyes at that kind of activity. Like, yo,
Yeah, definitely. I
You
can
are-
feel that.
the fact that
But
somebody
there's
tried-
like that's only one tape though. Like what the other one is.
I can feel that.
But the fact that somebody trying to extort that's something so minor and mild and childish. I feel like. That's
so
really
you
childish.
really think like if that taper came out like earlier, like if we're gonna keep it a stat, why everybody tells me that they've been listening to Nip for a second, until he passed away, he really wasn't that big. So you saying a tape like that, like in rappers' career, any allegations can keep you from coming up.
It can.
And
You're
something
right.
like that, yeah, I'm trying to tell you, yo, people would have been analyzing that joint crazily. They would have been like, how long did he kiss her, man? How long was they kissing? They would have been in all
But
kind
you
of
want me to
stuff.
tell you, I can promise you he's not the only one. I bet you
Yeah,
Jaden Wilden
we
did it.
all know
Wilden
that.
did it. You know what I'm saying? He's not the only one. That's what I'm saying. So for you to try to bring something up like that to extort somebody, and then you waiting until after this man is deceased.
See, but you gotta understand, like, I kind of know a little bit about this situation. And Big U and the people that was over top of them, they're essentially 50-year-old fucking gang members.
Mhm.
So they have childish mindsets anyway. So that's something that I'd expect from niggas like that anyway, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, anytime you 50 or 60 years old still screaming about neighborhood crip, and yeah, you still screaming about neighborhood crip, you still hanging out in the hood, you still sending little niggas like that. I don't respect it. You know,
I agree with that for the simple fact that look at Snoop Dogg. It's so many people out there who was
I mean,
a
that's
part
how
of
he
that.
make his money though.
And yeah, but he doesn't. Granted, he wears the colors, but he might do the signs every now and then, but he's still not. He's positive. It ain't no negative crip. It ain't that bad
But,
side.
Brittany, can you say that? Can you say it? The only reason I'm saying, can you really say that? Because I'm pretty sure Snoop is breaking off something, yo. Like, you can't just take that and run with it and not pay back to the hood. Because most of these rappers is not like, when you look at the hierarchy, they not at the top just because they got money. Like, I'm pretty sure Snoop is kicking back to the neighborhood.
nah, actually, the nigga's not kicking back to the neighborhood. That's why he can't go back. Actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
he
most
Yeah,
of
but
these,
that's kind of just like his brand for real. Like,
Yeah,
everybody
that's
knows
like,
Snoop
not
a crip.
kicking back. But yeah, they're supposed to kick back. You're right about that. They supposed to get that money up, but some of them don't.
That's another reason I couldn't join the game. I gotta give money to you because I hit a lick. Fuck no. Mm-mm.
And
Yeah, I
just so you
couldn't do it.
understand who Snoop is. Snoop been doing this since like the 80s. So like, who really gonna walk up to Snoop and be like, all right, kick out this money?
nah, I'm pretty
I
sure.
mean, he
that's-
could
A lot
have,
of
but he
niggas-
could
a
have
lot
been
of
bought
niggas
his
can walk
shit
up to Snoop
already.
and tell him to kick out that money.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that can walk up to Snoop and say,
Yeah, a lot of niggas. Come on,
Bro,
Big U.
but think about it. He's been doing it for so long. You don't know what he did in the beginning. We don't know what he did in the beginning. When he first was coming up.
Mhm.
He ain't do too much.
I mean, now he may not be. Now he may have paid his way out or whatever. We
That's
don't
what I
know.
was saying.
Like he may have paid his way out, and that's the thing. That's why he might back in the day when he was going there smoking weed before when his wife was ready to leave him and stuff. He may have still been kicking out, doing little stuff to certain people. The problem is that you got to think about it. All these gangs have evolved with these young niggas who don't think like the older guys did back in the day.
That's
So it's a whole different level of respect. It's a whole different level to the game. So when whoever made that comment about ain't nobody going to approach Snoop, you're right. Ain't none of them old cats they're not going to approach Snoop. Well, who's going to try to test his hand? It's going to be them young niggas, them new ones who not following those original rules.
I feel what you're saying, Britt, but I feel as though like it's going to be the young niggas that's going to kill Snoop. The old niggas will approach him and try to proposition him. But if anything was to happen bad to that man, I feel like, yes, it'll be a young nigga without no respect to do it to him. But like, I don't feel like you have to necessarily be disrespectful all the way. Like, you can extort a nigga in a slick way to where you don't even gotta get aggressive with him.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
he could be doing it. He could be doing it, but just doing it through a different outlook. Like he could be, because at the end of the day, he's still famous. He don't want to be associated 100% with the gang for if something was to happen. So he could be doing it in a different outlook. You know what I'm saying? He could be doing it in a different way.
I mean, if you're gonna say Snoop, how y'all feel about Lil Wayne? He was trying to be a blood for I don't know how
I don't
long.
think Wayne puts on it for like Snoop. Yeah, Wayne
because even Chris Brown though, Chris Brown is
Soldier Boy, like
with the Bloods.
With them, with like Chris Brown and Soldier Boy, yo, they getting extorted. Yo, I can tell you that straight up.
They pay for protection. They pay for protection.
Those are the young. That's what I'm saying. Like those are the younger ones. Like Soldier Boy, he's a punk. He's a clown. That nigga's whack. Like to me, like that's what I'm saying. It's a whole different thing. Like when he joined that, he probably joined with some punks. He probably didn't even get initiated where it was still an original OG part of that clique.
Mm-hmm.
They probably did that franchise, that branch off type situation.
Yep.
Like it's a whole.
They had a new set, like they made their own set or whatever. It could be like the 15th Street Bloods and the 22nd Street Bloods. Like, they got different sets.
Yeah, like so from my understanding is what happened is like you go if you get into protection, like you go over there and pick a set. And like Bronzel said, like I've heard that, like he does have a big homie and all of that, but it ain't like he getting put on the same way. Like they basically playing into it. You see what I'm saying? Like it's certain kickbacks, every contract you getting a little percent, or the big homie acting as your manager or something. Like what I'm saying?
Basically, yep.
So they representing and getting the interest in everything that you do. But people forget that California is the breaking and entering capital in the world, with all them mansions, most of them be empty and vacant. Like he's going and running the hills. And
see, I just learned that after Pop Smoke died. I just learned that.
And then you got to realize that, you got to really look at California. Like the hoods are literally like 5 minutes away from the mansions. It's crazy.
But that's any city though, for real.
Nah, like not like California mansions though.
Oh yeah,
I get what you're saying, but like just you go to DC from the nice area to the poor.
You gotta drive all the way across city. Come on, man. You gotta drive.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
I deliver out there almost every day in Southeast, bruh. It's like one street, like Cook Drive, $1 million houses. Then the next street, Galveston. I promise you, that shit looks like a prison. You can't. It's only one way out of the projects and one way. It's only one way in, one way out.
Especially the way DC streets
on the next block.
Yeah, man, we can't spend too much time on this. We got a lot of other topics. This next one, Mac Miller. So everybody knows Mac Miller passed away a couple years ago, but now it's breaking news that the person he overdosed. By the way, that's how he died. The drug dealer that supplied Mac Miller the fentanyl pills got sentenced to 11 years in jail. Man. It's crazy. Now they going after. I think they had the same thing going on in with Pop. Not Pop Smoke. What's your name?
Who? Lil Peep.
Yeah, Lil Peep. Nah, Juice WRLD took the pills itself. So I don't know if they investigated, but yeah, Lil Peep and Mac Miller. So that joint's crazy. Now they're going after I think they've been doing it, but this is one of the notable cases that You know, he got them fentanyl pills, and now the drug dealer got 11 years in jail. That's crazy.
I mean, I feel that's only because it's a high profile case.
Mm-hmm.
He got off, bro. Like, think about it. That's like, for real, that's almost like murder.
Mm-hmm.
But what they charged him with, like, we got to see what they charged him with. Because, he got 11 years, but 11 years for what?
Let me see. Maybe manslaughter to the something degree. Let me see.
I just feel bad for Mac Miller because the girl ain't even get married to that other nigga. Remember, he was all his fans about Ariana Grande and whatever.
Oh yeah, with Pete Davidson. Now you're messing with Kim K.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Mac Miller was all of his feelings about that. Go on live and shit, talking about he's sorry, all this other shit, making songs and shit. Then he done died, and it found out because Pete Davidson was like sending Mac Miller text messages and like trying to rub it in his face and shit. So she stopped fucking with him. He dead now. They stopped fucking. He didn't even get married to the girl. Like, I felt bad when that shit happened though. I do remember that. Like, he done damn overdosed about the bitch and she don't even get married to the man.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now. Rolling Stone article. He was sentenced to 10 years, 11 months. 10 years, 11 months. What is the charge?
I couldn't find it. I saw that though.
Yeah, they just said when I'm looking at, I don't see what the charge was, but you know.
But we know it's lesser than murder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 11 years. We know it's lesser than murder. So yeah, I feel as though, bro, he got off.
They probably won't tell nobody. They probably won't tell us what the charge is, so people can't prepare for it. Because you know how once it's set a precedence, that's all lawyers need to get their next client off.
Might be right. Yeah,
it's gonna come out. It's probably gonna come out later what the exact charge was, so people can't build like a defense against it.
That sounds smart.
Yeah, for keeping it moving, man. Up next, Netflix stock has been dropping like crazy.
Today,
the CEO of Netflix lost $438 million in the last 29 days. Almost $500 million. The stock dropped by 38% in the last week. It's going crazy, man. I think I seen something on Wall Street Bets like put a put call out for 5,000 and made like $220,000. It's going wild, man. And they're saying it's all because that Netflix wants to blame the customers for sharing passwords instead of looking into other avenues of, reducing their costs, like adding ads or things of that nature.
As soon as they put ads on, it's dead.
I mean, other platforms got like Hulu got ads. Like
but they started with that shit though. I'm talking about Netflix was the thing. You might as well watch TV. You know what I'm saying? The whole point of Netflix was no ads. Then they tried that thing where they only released the episode once a week, like on TV and shit.
Mm-hmm.
When they started doing that shit, when they started doing that shit, I fell off. Like, put the whole shit on here. That's the whole point, so I could binge watch my shit. Like,
man, what's your thoughts on Netflix?
I feel like that situation right there just shows and highlights to me the power of social media. Because before I watched the stock drop, I watched people on Twitter complain.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what kind of opened my eyes. Like, damn, this shit something happened with this. So I've been watching Netflix for the past maybe 2 weeks. I ain't been knowing it since the beginning, but yeah, I've been watching for the past 2 weeks. And it's like, bro, the more Twitter talks bad about it, the more it goes down in the shitter to me. So it's like, it's a trend thing to me. I feel like it's going to come back.
Yeah.
Nah, I feel like Netflix was like the first generation of like streaming apps.
Mm-hmm.
And like now, it's like I said, so many, like you got HBO Max, you got Hulu, you got all the other shit. And now it's just like, niggas don't need Netflix no more. Like, it's kind of getting irrelevant.
But then a lot of the shit that was on Netflix going to the other ones now, they got the rights to it. So like, I used to watch Bones. I don't know if y'all familiar with that, but like the first 5-6 seasons was on Netflix. The other half was on Hulu. You see what I'm saying? And then they take it off of Hulu when they don't got the rights no more. It might go back to Netflix. You know what I'm saying? It's whoever buy the rights to stream it.
Right. I mean, Disney Plus, they took all the Disney movies from Netflix.
That's what I'm saying. So like, they just getting attacked for the content, and then the original shit don't even be that good. Then they want to give you a show like six episodes and see if people like it. Then they might bring it back for a second season. You know what I'm saying? Like they putting out little shit. Like they like there was some shit that was on there that had like good content, but they canceled it. You see, like
bro, like Netflix is such a giant. They're such a giant in that market that I feel like it's only going to take one good move for them to be back in people's good graces again. Like all they have to do is find one celebrity with a sob story, pay them for the documentary, and 60 million people is going to watch it because like niggas still, yeah, that might work, but niggas still got their Netflix accounts, bro. Like they might not be watching it, but a lot of people, some of them just don't know how to turn it off, but a lot of people still have their Netflix accounts. You know, so they still have access to it. They're just not watching it. So all Netflix has to do really is pull a customer back. And I don't think that's hard with the attention span of people these days.
Yeah, you got to remember that most people forget Netflix started with the mailing of the DVDs, man. So like Netflix was the first streaming service, really. And they started with the DVDs, and there's in the business world, they got this thing called first mover advantage, where you saying that, well, this person was the one that innovated the space. They were the one that brought the technology to everybody, so that you, even though, you know, they might be in a downturn or something like that, that you should give them the benefit of the doubt. So you got to remember that when Netflix was first starting and they started with DVDs and they moved to the virtual, like Netflix was like $7.99. Now you getting a multiple account. Like Netflix is over like $20 a month. And you got to remember nowadays, there's over 200 plus different type of streaming services. So like, I think somebody brought it up earlier, like Disney, now they taking their content, like that stuff was being streamed on Netflix. So now Netflix, you know, they was licensing stuff, but when licensing agreements come up to be renewed, like people's like, oh, well, we started our own streaming content, so we're going to remove our stuff now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a lot going on. They got to innovate, but you know, hopefully for all the shareholders that they can keep an eye on what they call that first mover advantage, where, you know, they innovated the space. So if you're going to pick anybody out of all the streaming services, you're going to pick the one that you kind of like invented.
Yeah, but then Netflix got too big for their britches though, because a lot of people, I won't bring up the Monique situation, but that's one of them. But like, there's been other people who pitch things to Netflix, but Netflix like, well, how many views can you get? Like Netflix, they got all holy with it. You see what I'm saying? Now you might actually need them people.
What they was going to give Monique X what, $50 million, something crazy like that?
No, they gave Dave Chappelle or whoever that, and they was trying to give her pennies.
Come on,
and
now.
Then I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that like when people come to Netflix is really like the what can you do for us type thing.
Oh, okay.
Like that's how they was acting to people. Because there's been a lot of people like the Quinta Brunson girl who's on BuzzFeed and stuff. I forget the other girl, Melissa something, the little girl, the black girl from the UK who had chewing gum. She pitched the show to them. Like, it's not like people ain't going to them, but Netflix is like, well, what's your numbers? Like, where your rap sheet at? What you done? You see what I'm saying? So they kicked a lot of people to the curb, but they really probably could have boosted from that. You see what I'm saying? Now they selling it to other people.
Nah, but you got to remember that there's a lot going on, especially with Netflix, and they're doing all of this stuff of blaming their customers, saying that there's like 2 million people sharing accounts and things of that nature, and saying that, oh, they need to file. Like, I think that's just the wrong strategy. Like, you know,
but what does people sharing passwords have to do with people not using your shit?
Facts.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, so
like
that's what I'm saying.
Using it.
Yeah, they taking a wrong approach. Instead of blaming the people, they need to fix the business model. Like saying that, oh, these two households are sharing, and so that's what they're trying to tell their shareholders. They're like, well, we're going to crack down on people.
You would still see productivity, like you would still
see engagement,
streams.
And that's why they cared about releasing those shows every week, because then by them releasing every week, they know they got a certain captive audience. And you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, and
part
I'm
of
gonna
these,
just wait till they all come out, then I'm gonna binge them all in a row.
yeah, part of these
Yeah.
reports, like every quarter, these companies put out reports, and like when one of Netflix, like some of the key factors that they looking at is, you know, what is our subscriber rate, like how many people are paying, and you know, what is the retention rate, how long are they staying when they come. And if you can show that, oh, we got original content that we putting out every week, and you know, weekly they coming back, like that gets the investors to put more and more money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yep.
it's been times where like I spent like a whole 3 months not watching Netflix just because like they don't got nothing on there no more, and just like HBO Max is better, Hulu better, all that shit is better than Netflix.
And then they only recommend the shit they want you to watch. Like, I don't know how many times have you watched this? Have you seen this? Obviously, I click past it every time you put it on there. Yeah.
See, but that right there, you can't really blame them for the developers of them shows giving them extra. Most of the time, they're paying for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're paying for that marketing. So
I'm just saying, when I go on Netflix and I try to find something to watch, it'd be the same stuff. But then I go, like if I say I sign into my mother account, I get all different stuff.
Yeah, that's a big problem. They need to have like a, I know they have the watch something button, but they need to have like an algorithm shake-up button. Like Netflix has a lot of content. They have a lot of content, but once they like make a profile for you, it's like you get pigeonholed and you only see what they want to recommend you. But you go to somebody else's account and it's like you've seen stuff that you never even heard of before. Like they just need to have like an algorithm randomizer.
Yeah, like definitely. I bet like YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they start promoting stuff to you. Man, we're gonna keep it moving. Yo, this next joint is crazy, man. DJ Envy and his girl, his lady, did a kind of interview type thing, and you know, she hit on with the Jada Pinkett Smith, man. She said DJ Envy was not pleasing me in bed, man. That, you know, he thought he was doing this thing, but really he wasn't doing enough, man. What is up with the women going on these national TV shows and throwing the man under the bus, man? What's going on?
It's off of clout, bro. Like I feel like women, you know, well, not all women, but like all these like women that's in like social media and stuff like that. I feel like they want to like shine so much because of what they see on social media. They see like one female do it, like, oh, I gotta do the same thing so I can be on somebody, you know, For You page or something like that.
You know, I can agree with that on a certain level, but I know their situation. DJ Envy, that's like I listen to their radio station, Power 105. Bro was cheating on that girl, right? And now every chance she get, she's being disrespectful to her. So like if you watch, there's like multiple videos, there's multiple things where she's embarrassing, bro. Like emasculating.
I didn't even know that.
How old are they?
Facts.
Nah, they probably
like 45. They're in their 40s.
Okay, so they might be on the cusp of it, but like I'm talking about like my grandmother's age and like older, like females and women, like people just didn't operate that way no more. Like your word used to mean shit back in the day. Nowadays, social media, this new age generation, it's like people out and they don't keep secrets no more. Like I come from a generation like people will really hold you down and not say nothing about it. Now in time you fall out with the person, they tell, oh, I was helping him pay his bills, I was doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, it seemed to be the culture of the new age. Like nobody is solid no more. They so quick to call everybody else fake, but it's like you fake. You see what I'm saying?
Listen,
like what do y'all call real?
Being solid is seen as it's boring. Like that, it doesn't pay in today's society. You know, like nobody is turning on the TV to watch good relationships and shit like that. You know, so
everybody looking for the next come up.
The media, I feel like we have the media to blame for that, but.
Yeah, but if you ask them, they say that's what they want, yo. That's what the crazy part is, yo. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo. Like, did y'all really need to go on TV? Like, you got this man, and like you did, like, I hate how one thing I do disagree with is how like him and Charlemagne be on the Breakfast Club jacking that black men don't cheat, and both of them.
Oh yeah, only black. No, his thing is only black boys cheat. Like,
Yeah, it's goofy stuff like that.
Yeah,
and both of them is cheating or was cheating at one point. Like, the stupid stuff like that. Like,
man, both of them were clowns.
Yeah,
but it's a joke.
So they make their money.
I always saw it as satire. Shit is jokes.
At one movie, that was a movement at one point, I'm pretty sure that joke was trending on Twitter.
I saw it, but I never took it serious. I thought niggas was joking. For real. Like I thought niggas was joking. The whole time. Every time I see something, like, man, this nigga gotta be kidding.
But yeah, there's something coming on that's like that, and it's something harsh to say. There's like a certain set of women is using anything they can to put their man down in order to get a come up.
They're trying to get a storyline, like they're on Love and Hip Hop. Like, this is their way in.
That's because they have a warped view of feminism. That's their brand of feminism.
I blame the city girls.
That's a good topic, Feminism, current day feminism. We need to talk about that.
Yo, you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Mo. We got
I want the background. Yo, Ronzel talk. Ronzel, yeah. He be saying that's true though. Nobody wanted to watch no boring stuff though. You know what I'm saying? Entertainment is on it. But like the back to the envy situation, it's like he embarrassing her, so he find any opportunity to embarrass him. So it's just like that's the best way to come at him, man. Say you're not praising him in bed.
Bro, listen, they cheating scandal was on Love and Hip Hop. He was fucking with Erica Mena. She was on Love and Hip Hop New York. That shit was on national TV.
Exactly. She needed some way.
Yeah, like that's how that went down.
What she say? Her mom had dementia. That's why she forgave him for cheating. That's
wild.
Oh, the Breakfast Club. I was like, dude.
Like on your own show too. Like, come on. You couldn't edit that out, my nigga?
That's what Dame Dash talked about. Watch that Dame Dash interview on the Breakfast Club. That's not them niggas show. They don't control shit.
Nah, that's iHeartMedia, yo. Yeah,
they don't control shit.
That's a conglomerate.
That's probably mad shit that makes
Yep. That's crazy. We're gonna keep it moving and hit this next topic. Yo, did y'all see? This joint is the wildest thing, yo. This white girl went on Dr. Phil, took black culture, turned it upside down with the Catch Me Outside. Then as soon as she hit 18, she opened up the OnlyFans. Yo, last week it was reported Bad Baby bought a $6.3 million crib in Cali, all cash, yo.
Crazy.
All cash. What's the thoughts? All cash, yo.
I feel like what you said, like that's the problem. Like it's like white girls out here, they take on like a stereotypical like black woman role and they make millions off that shit. Like she not the only one.
We talked about that last time too.
Hey bro,
they demonize us for it.
What'd you say?
The real problem in this whole thing to me is pedophilia, bro.
Right.
This shit is pedophilia.
Once she hit 18, that's what she made $1 million.
Bro, I'm telling you, I watched that video when it came out on YouTube of the girl on Dr. Phil. It was niggas in the comments crazy. That like became a whole little trend where niggas would say wild ass shit in the comments about little girls. Now, when that little girl turned 18 and she decided to give into that shit and join it, you don't think them 100,000 niggas in the comment wasn't gonna go pay that $20? Like, they've been dreaming about that for 4 years.
Yeah,
they've been dreaming about that for 4 years since she was 14. Then she turned 18. Now they got their chance. Well, somewhat of a chance. They gonna take it.
Did y'all hear she don't want to be considered the Cash Me Outside girl no more?
What the hell did she do?
Yeah, they were saying that she wants. They say like, why can't they say about the I'm the youngest one girl to go platinum in this decade, or like, she was like, why can't they do something else? Bro. But that's what I'm saying. She said she don't want to be labeled the Catch Me Outside girl. I'm like, that's how we was introduced to you, though.
That's how you got.
That's the only reason why you famous.
That's what I'm saying. But she's like, I just bought a house cash. You know, it's like she trying to rebrand herself, but like,
and let's keep
your
it a
bro-
stat. Only the white women get allowed that allowance to do that. Like Kim Kardashian, the whole joint, like we was talking about the Nipsey situation earlier with Whack 100, but Whack 100 also had a sex tape of Kim Kardashian, version 3. I heard there was 3 of them in the series. So like only they get to rebrand and do all of this makeover stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just wow.
Of course. That's just like when the police come up, like, so I don't know, we probably all got this talk, but like I had white friends growing up and my mother was like, no, you black, you big, they're gonna fuck you up first, blah, blah, blah. Like I couldn't operate like them. So first of all, we already taught we
That's
can't
a
operate
fact.
like them. And then like the cop, when he come out, he see the white kids doing dumb shit, it reminded him of himself. You see what I'm saying? Oh, I was young and dumb, but when he see you black, you just supposed to automatically know better. Like
I
you
feel
got,
like
they just assume you poor, you know how this shit go. Like I mean, one time I
Right.
got pulled up, he was like, "Oh, you know how this shit go." I'm like, "Actually, no, the fuck I don't." You see, like they just the way they train to look at us and their perspective of it. So yeah, they
I
the
feel
only
like
ones that get to rebrand
on top of that, I
or
feel
make
like
mistakes.
black culture not gonna let a black person rebrand themselves. Because what you do is what you're gonna be known as for the rest of your life in black culture, right?
Like yeah, especially how you got on. Like that's very important.
Yeah, I just hate the fact that like they be like,
I don't believe that.
right.
I don't believe that. I believe that you as good as you flip it, bro. Like I believe you as good as you can flip your image.
Yeah,
You know?
but you still gonna have that one hater, like that old ass uncle or auntie at the cookout. Like, oh, you remember when you used to do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you always gonna have that somebody who's gonna put you back in that. Like, they treat you like you a little kid. And I heard this thing one time where it was like people see you as the person they had the most control over. So like, if you was a little kid and you got an uncle or a older cousin, like they still see you as when they had the most power over you. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like to you that you
perspective.
don't grow up to them. Like they keep you whatever. Like even though you might have surpassed them in life, you might have been doing shit they ain't never thought about doing. Like the way they look at you as that little kid they had power over. So like they always gonna try to bring you back to that.
Yeah, that's a perspective.
What was you saying?
Like,
what was you saying, Mo?
Nah, like me and Gary we talked about before. I feel like the craziest fact is just the kids. Like me and Gary always say every podcast, just like, yeah, when she had kids, man, or anybody on these OnlyFans that had kids, man, the biggest thing you can do to make fun of a kid is to you see them on camera doing this and that. You could never recover back from that.
Yeah,
bro, did y'all? Yeah, Kim Kardashian already paying for it.
Right,
She got
6-year-old talking about.
Yeah,
saw
yo,
that
it was
video,
an
Saint?
ad, yo. It was an ad. It's not like yo sent a video. They was advertising the tape as an ad, yo. That joint, wow. Yo was playing Roblox. Joint came up. Kim walking around like, no, like you ain't rebranding. You know how you got on. You was a makeup artist, yo. Like,
right.
Let's keep it a stack.
She talking about work hard.
For real, the Kardashians was not bad at all before they had them surgeries. Yo.
Right.
Like if you really look at them pictures, like they was giving basic white girl for like I don't know.
Because they was.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like they got all these surgeries and shit, and they think they are. But
You know,
I think the era is
really
almost over. It's almost over.
Nah,
they billionaires, yo. They ready to run that for a couple.
Yeah, I'm ready to say nah.
Because you know,
it's
like
not over.
after like Kim, Chloe, and Courtney, they kind of died down. You had Kylie and the other one, Kendall. And you already know, like their
Kylie's
kids is going to
the
be
first billionaire.
Yeah, yo, she was the first billionaire.
She was the first one.
Right, so they getting money
die.
right now. Just think about what their kids gonna do when they get like
an old Bruce.
You know
Gary, they get kicked out.
Did you just dead name him? Like, let me stop you.
Yo, you're a clown. I'm done. Let's move to the next topic. Yo, Mo said this was a dark time on Twitter. Yo, I took Mo tweet, yo. What would y'all rather have? 800 credit score or $1 million cash in the bank, yo? Tell me,
bro.
I'd rather have the credit score.
But the credit score ain't gonna get you nothing. You don't got no money.
Yeah, but the credit score. If you make enough money already, you make enough money, you got that. What you do is you take.
In the vacuum,
you take the money. But you could take.
All right, we going. All right. Let's. Y'all got a live pay. Let's start with Mo. Mo, what you taking, yo?
No wait, and then what you for the credit score? What you using that to get? Just a low interest rate, but you still got to pay back on some stuff. So I'm ready to take $1 million, build my credit up to that $800 credit.
Right,
You get 800 credit score with $100,000.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Andrew,
Hmm.
you said you was taking the credit score, man. Give your
So-
opinion.
When you look at it for me personally, I have a good credit score right now. So if I had the 800, I might could get a little bit more access to things. I could probably get more money. Like you're gonna have to borrow money regardless.
Wait a second.
Even
Like,
if you,
clarify. You could get more money, not more. You could get more credit.
you
right?
could yes, you could get more credit. But see,
Okay.
my thing is, I want to take out a loan, but then you pay the money back with that loan, pay the interest or whatever back. You can get more, so I could go buy my house, but I got the $800 credit score. Like you don't need $1 million cash. You can take that money out, flip it, start a business, do what you want to do with it. But the first couple times you get it, you just pay the money back on the loan. So like I do see what y'all saying, where you could just get the million and you could get to that 800. Like I see that, but I'm saying for people who already have something, maybe something in progress, like me, I want to get a house, I want to get some other things. Like the credit score will help me more right now. Like I understand just getting a straight million cash, but you still have to pay taxes. And like, what do I have that money is going into? Like, am I starting a business with this million? Like, just having $1 million is $1 million. Like, you're gonna blow through that shit fast if you're not set up to like do shit with it. You see what I'm saying? So even if you got $1 million cash, like, yeah, you could spend the money to get your credit right or do whatever you got. I don't know how much debt people in and shit like that, but like for me, I'd rather get the 800 credit score because it would give me straight access to get to the things I'm trying to do. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you. Cam.
I'm taking the money. I don't know. What, I mean, I get what you're saying, but you say like buying a house, you can buy the house straight cash with $1 million to get
With
the
no
credit
interest.
score.
Yeah, but then you back to be. But I'm saying, but then you being back to broke. Like, how much you spending on the house? How much your property?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm not saying
you
y'all
gotta
go
make
buy
more
a
money.
mansion.
Like, you
can
gotta
go
do
get like a
something
little
with the million.
$400,000. I still got $600,000.
All right, so now you got 6,000. Okay, I mean, I see it, but like, I'm
Well,
trying to
he
put
would
the
have
money into something
500,000
else.
left. The average price for a home in the United States is $500,000.
But that's what I'm saying. So yeah,
That's
you
still
get the million, but that million
$500,000.
gonna be gone, yo. That million will be gone before you know it. Like,
Well,
and then
what
if you
about
still got
taxes,
bad
Cam?
credit.
That's 50%. You broke.
That's what I'm saying. That's the
All right,
whole
well, you
reason
don't
I was
gotta go
saying.
buy a house. You can already buy a house. You can do
That's
a
what
lot
I'm
still with $1
saying.
million. You can invest that $1 million
You
and
could,
make
but
$50
both
million.
situations could help you.
That
Is what I'm
credit
trying to
score
say.
just
Like,
look good to the white people. That's it.
it do. What I'm saying is like, if you want to do shit on paperwork, like I said, the 800 just gonna get your foot in the door a lot more places to do
They're gonna be looking at you
business
like,
and
how
get
did this nigga
credit.
get an 800 credit score?
Tell him,
Exactly.
Andrew, you try to go to a bank, get a loan for $500,000.
You still want to
But
pay
I'm
the
saying,
bank back
no, yeah, but
$500,000.
I'm saying, even if you had a mill, when you go to buy that house, your credit score wouldn't look like. What's your track record look like? Yeah, you got the money, but they thinking 30-year relationship. Is he gonna be able to pay? Well, he gonna blow through that money? Is he still gonna be able to pay? You see what I'm saying? The credit score is just gonna it's like a defensive lineman, whoever the fuck blocking for you. Like that credit score, it helps. It serves its purpose. I'm not saying
I
you
get what
gotta
you're
do.
saying, but there's different ways around the credit score.
that
If they ain't gonna let me buy a house, fuck it, I'll
sounds
build
like
a
a
house. I got $1 million. Like if I got $1 million, I'm gonna build my own house. I don't gotta go to the bank for a loan. I can buy the land and build the house.
Hey,
Bronzo,
$1 million.
what you got,
I get
Bronzo?
it.
All right. So first, I'm taking the cash. Yeah, 100%. I gotta take the cash.
Why are you taking the
100%.
cash? What
How
are you
to-
doing with the cash? Tell us why are you taking the cash and what you doing with it?
All right, so I'm taking the cash because anything that I would want to do with it, if I went through credit, I'm paying exponentially more, right? So say I do want to go get a loan like Andrew talked about from the bank for a $500,000, right? I go get the loan, 30 years, I'm paying, even if my interest rate good, I'm still paying a couple $100 more. I gotta get that. So you times that couple hundred a month by 30 years, and look at what you done paid the bank. Like, look what you done made somebody rich. When you could have
But
just
see, but you don't gotta go get a house. You could go get a business loan, start a business. You could put some money you could put it in a fucking IRA. Like just because you get the loan from the bank don't mean you like if you get a house loan, car loan, whatever,
When
just
did
a
people
personal
start
loan.
taking
You still
loans
gotta
and
pay
putting it in
the.
IRAs?
yeah, you
You still
can't
gotta
get
pay
that.
the
I
loan
heard
back,
that.
bro.
That's
But you
something
could
What
do
do
it
you?
though. No, but you could
That's
do it though.
something new.
Shit,
What
I
do
I
bet you could
heard
pay it
that.
back. You could with the interest, you could pay it back because you could take cash out.
No.
You could go get a $5,000 personal loan from the bank, make a withdrawal, go open an
What?
account, put it in
You
there.
going to jail?
Ain't nobody going to jail.
Hey,
Shit,
yo,
going
that's
to jail,
tax
need that money.
fraud. Yo, that's bank fraud.
I don't
You
give a
taking
fuck.
a
I'll do
personal
it.
loan to go put in a retirement account?
Y'all
Going to jail.
Nah, yo, I heard
How
that.
you know
Yo,
how I spend the money?
I
Shit.
heard
This
that
man
before.
confessed to a crime out here, bro.
Nah, yo, I heard that one. First time I done heard that.
Hey, bro,
Yo,
if I get the milk, when I get
this
the milk
man on
cash,
that big five. What's your name? That was telling people with the car loan, go get a car loan and then turn it into a personal. Him 500. Yo on that him 500.
Oh, you can't go get a car. No, you can't get a car loan. Like
Yo went on
you gotta buy the
national.
car.
Yo, this
I said
man
if you get a
him
personal
500.
loan.
Him 500 went on Big Fat's podcast and was telling all the black people to go get car loans and then turn it into a personal loan that they could flip. Because car loans give you a way less interest rate than personal loans. So he's like, go get a car loan, fake like you go get a VIN number off CarMax and all of
Okay,
that,
see,
and
that's
give it
too
to the
much.
bank, and then act like you brought the car. Yo, it was a whole scheme. It was crazy. But here's me, right? I'm gonna break it down to y'all because it ain't no opinions, right? If you got less than 200K in your bank account, you take the money. If you got over 200K, you take the credit score, right? Because that credit score is going to allow you at the minimum to get a business loan, which you can get up to 7x the money you got in your account, right? So you could get that million plus with the 800 credit score. Business loan, you need 20%. Personal loan.
That 200, if you got like 200,000 though, your credit score gotta be at least over 750. Not at least. I'm just saying,
Mo. That's not.
I don't got that much, but my credit score is 750 right now. You see what I'm saying? Like the amount of money you have.
I understand what Gary's saying. Yeah.
Credit is your history with the bank or your relationship. You see what I'm saying? If I fuck up one time, don't pay my fucking car payment. I bet you that bitch drop like 44. You see what I'm saying? It's about being able to keep up with the credit. You see what I'm saying?
Mo, because you can have people that run businesses that are high liquidity, meaning that they might be making $100,000, $200,000 a month, but their expenses is $150, $300 a month. You know what I'm saying? So like, just because they got money don't mean that they got a good credit score. You know what I'm saying? So if you got funds I'm dead. If you got funds, if you over a certain amount in the bank and you got that funds, like the credit score going to help you go get them business loans and things of that nature. Because you got to remember the parts that make up the credit score. You know what I'm saying? You got utilization, you got history, you know what I'm saying? You got the amount of accounts that you got, like there's different parts of it. And just because you got that mill in the bank, like you got the mill in the bank with a 400 credit score, man, you be hard pressed to get any loan. They're going to say you got $1 million. Why am I going to give you my money? And you know what I'm saying? So like with the credit score, you're using other people's money. But if I got less than 200K, like, yeah, I'm taking $1 million, I'm investing it, and I'm gonna make it do what it do. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't like a couple of people said they was buying something all cash. Nah, like you got $1 million, you paying and you building your credit score up. You ain't buying nothing all cash. Brittany, you just joined us back. This the question.
Yes.
Would you rather have an $800 credit score or $1 million cash in a bank? What you want?
800 credit score.
Okay, you would
Crazy, bro.
Because credit gets you a long way.
Explain to us, Brittany.
Because credit can get you a long way. So with 800 credit score, they know that clearly you on top of.
That's what I was saying with the block.
Clearly you on top of paying your bills because credit scores is accumulated of different things. Like just because
utilization, amount of accounts.
payment
history.
history,
Yep.
all of that.
And
So,
how long you had the account
how
too?
long? How long? Because you don't start off with no highest credit score.
Sure
Like
don't.
when you born, you're not born no high. You born with a $200 credit score. You have to build that up over time. So yes, I'd
But
rather
listen
have
to this.
who you think. Let me tell you something. You got $1 million. Who you think gonna give you money? I got an $800 credit score. Guess what? They gonna give me a loan to get me $1 million house because my credit score is 800.
Yep.
But if you don't got no bread,
How you paying
then
for
they're
the
not
house?
gonna give you shit. And you
You
can't
still
go
because
get no
you put
little
you
baby
all you
shit
look, all you
with no
need is how
credit
much
card.
money they say you gotta put down and
Oh
enough to
yes,
get
that's all
your
you
payment.
need.
You can't go
need
get
like
no
most
little
of
baby
what most
feature
houses
with
for
a
the
credit
house is
card.
like
What kind of
3%.
house? Because you gotta pay the loan back. If you don't got no money,
Okay. We
Just
didn't say if you
because
didn't have it. You don't have to get the
he
million. They
never
said,
said he never said I was broke. He just said I ain't
yeah,
have
that's
$1
what I'm
million.
saying.
we ain't saying you broke, but you know you ain't rich.
But yeah, do you have the money to keep that up?
Yes, I would have the money to keep that up. The same
You
way I
said
got
$1
the money to
million
keep my
house. That's your whole loan. $1 million house. Where the payments
that
at?
ain't your own loan. You
The
make
Yeah, $1
payments
million
ain't
house.
yeah.
your
You
payments
picking
ain't gonna
out.
be no $1 million. Your payment ain't gonna be no $1 million.
It ain't gonna be $1 million. It's gonna
Nah,
be.
you gotta remember on FHA,
Actually,
if you
I'm
get
tripping.
FHA
You don't got to put
on
3% down.
3%.
Yeah, I'm tripping.
Yeah.
That's business. If you're doing business, that's 20%. Right? You know what I'm
Yeah, I'm
saying? You
tripping.
gotta remember 3%.
As long as I'm making my payment, guess what? That credit score is slowly creeping its way up to that 900.
Sure is.
You can
But
get
then I'm saying the next time you want to go get a loan or do something else, they're gonna give you more money, probably a better rate, because now you got the relationship. That's
And
the
you can
shit I was
refinance.
saying.
And you
Yeah,
can
that's the shit I
refinance.
was saying.
Do a couple of repairs, take out a rehab loan on that joint, what they
Mhm.
call HELOC loan. Do a couple repairs, refinance, cash out, baby.
Like, it's good to have the money. I'm not gonna hold you, but like, if you can't do shit with it, you just gonna spend it all right back.
Let's keep this train moving. Next up, this is a tough question right here. I want y'all to really think about it. Can the truth be considered disrespect? Who want to take this one first?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hell yeah, the truth can 100% be
It
disrespectful.
all depends on the deliberation of that truth. It all depends on the person's acceptance of that truth. Because everybody accepts truth.
Are you driving?
Yes, I told you I was riding out.
Yeah, you started to hit that computer love voice on me.
Brittany, all right, we can hear you now, Brittany. Go ahead.
I said it's all about the deliberation of that truth and the acceptance of that truth to determine whether or not it's disrespectful or not.
Okay.
I feel like disrespect is subjective and too opinion based for that to ever be a real discussion. What I feel is disrespectful is not disrespectful to another person. You know, so if you're somebody that tells the truth all the time, like Jesus did, you know, there's people that you're just gonna rub the wrong way anyway. It's like there's never gonna be no control for that experiment, you know. Yeah, there's no people that's like unbiased.
I mean, I feel like Brittany said, like it's how you deliver the truth. That's how. But this thing you can say, you can tell somebody the truth like respectfully, and they still get disrespected because that's not what they wanted to hear.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm
Or the
saying.
people who just claim anything they don't want to hear is disrespectful. Like I'm talking about,
Exactly.
oh, you just you know your parents, but you be trying to tell them something. Oh, you disrespected me in my house. You know what I'm saying? Like just because
Right, and all you said was like,
and you be
I don't
valid
put
as
the quote
shit.
in the
Yeah, people are just different. They're people too different.
So it's like it really just depends on the person, like what their mind frame is, like how they feel about you. Like
there you go.
Andrew, what's your answer?
I think it can 100% be disrespectful because, like, I grew up in a household where as long as you was telling the truth, couldn't nobody say shit. So, like, I have one instance where my mother said something to my father that was just, I mean, out. It was just off the hinges, and I was just like, "Why would you say?" But it was correct. You see what I'm saying? So for me personally, like I just kind of grew up to deal with, like you had to swallow, but you had to be about shit in my household. Like you could, there was no coddling or that we did. I didn't get that. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah, I feel you.
so yeah, it can be disrespectful, but like it's the truth. You can't get mad at it. Like you gotta deal with her having, you know, what I'm saying? You gotta sort your feelings and you gotta work through that shit.
Mo, you got Mo, you got something to say, Brittany?
No, again, even what Andrew's saying, and the disrespect probably came on how the deliberation of how your mom said it. Also, because it is a way to tell people the truth about stuff, but you just have to do it in a certain manner. And it's all about the person who you saying it to and their acceptance of it and stuff. So everybody is different. Like I have no clue. Like when I say stuff to people, it may come off very harsh, and it's not intentional. It's just as how I am. I just say whatever.
Yeah, then we labeled aggressive and shit.
Yeah, without revamping it. Like even when sending my emails and stuff, I deal with doctors and stuff all day long. These doctors, they come off across disrespectful. You know, I had to type emails 3 to 4 times to get the email right because the way I'm responding, my manager is like, Brittany, why did you have to respond so aggressively? But in my mind, it's like this doctor coming at me the wrong way. So I'm responding a certain way. So it's all how stuff is deliberated. It's all how people accept it or perceive it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I come from a world where I think if you take into consideration what Brittany said, the truth can't be disrespect. Like disrespectful and disrespect is 2 different things. Like it's all in the delivery. So if you deliver in a way where like you in a mass setting, a whole bunch of people around, and now all of a sudden, all you want to lie to me, now you want to tell me the truth, like obviously that's disrespect. But you know what I'm saying? Like if you sit one-on-one or you consistently saying something, like I don't think it's disrespect. Like if it's the truth, like with some people, you got to have tough love, yo. Not everybody is going to make any kind of life-changing considerations with, you catering to their needs and everything. If Mo don't got
that's
nothing,
what the therapist for. That's what
if Mo don't got nothing to say, we're going to keep it moving.
Yeah, these kids screaming, but I'll be on the next topic. So
all right, we got you.
Mama whole father.
I'll be there, son.
Money Mo in the building. Yeah, yo. Next, we're just gonna give a little shout out to Lil J home after 7 years in Cook County. You know what I'm saying? He was a king of Chicago before he got locked up, and we welcomed him back. Moving on. You got something to say, Bronzel? You sleep on Lil J, yo.
free double O, man. So
free. Clout Lord.
I like that track he dropped. I like that little song he dropped, but he's not the king of shit. He was never the king.
No, you tripping, yeah.
Yeah, he was never the king, bro.
You tripping, yeah.
Chief Keef passed.
They finally made an appearance. We got Money Mo, we got Shiny. What's going on?
Yo,
Yo, finally joined. I'm dead.
No, I'm fasting, so I'll be trying to like spiritually connect. So
yeah, Ramadan Kareem.
Yeah, Mubarak, Bronzo.
All right, man. Next topic, yo. Have y'all heard about NLEChoppa's herbal business? This man has been posting on the internet. He think he the next Dr. Sebi, yo. I'm trying to tell you, he been putting on there that he has herbs that give girls BBLs. Tell you, he got the herbs like
that got to be some marketing.
That's that money talking, bro.
You boil it in the tea, and next thing you know, your booty growing, and you look like Kim K.
Somebody gonna buy it though.
I'm telling you, and
that's like them damn prayer cloths and shit.
I'm telling you, he tweeted this girl, and then I'm telling you, they hit some Photoshop. They gave her a little bump. And next week after that, you're saying that he got herbs that cure cancer, diabetes, and all of that, man. Is NLEChoppa a fraud, man? Have y'all heard about it? What's your thoughts?
Until it's FDA regulated, I don't
Yes, I have not heard about it. That is definitely a fraud. I mean,
Let me send it to you, Brittany.
You can go to the gym and do a couple
Brittany.
squats and get a little boo boo.
No, Brittany, he's saying
something.
you drink his tea. You drink his tea and you getting a BBL.
That's like them flat tummy, them little flat tummy.
You know why you getting a BBL? Because you probably shitting everything about your fucking body, and you ain't gonna have nothing left but a little bit of fat that's in the bag.
Think about
this
that.
thing ain't swollen.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
Just like that tummy tea, all you doing is shitting your ass out. When I tell you, I took like them little teas that's supposed to help you lose weight. When I tell you, them pains, it was so many different stages to that. I don't know why people put themselves through that. I had gas pain, I had all types of pains, and then when I shit, it was different levels to the shit. Like, no, I can't imagine drinking nothing that's it's gonna mess other stuff up. It's probably just putting a whole bunch of fatty tissue in your body that's unhealthy.
Mm-hmm.
No, thank you.
I think he's smoking some very good weed.
I'm going to continue to eat. I'm still eat Gary's food that he put on that grill. I'm gonna eat Daw's food, Sandy, Pam, and guess what? My BBL gonna grow that way. And if I ain't got one, I ain't need to have one.
I'm dying.
Telling you, I think that he's smoking some very good drugs, man. Do you see the changes that man be going through?
Yeah.
People are easily manipulated. That's the crazy thing. That shows you how society is so pressed to have something that you allow just random ass people to manipulate you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nah, I think that's on the level of them prayer cloths and stuff. You know, you used to wake up in the middle of the night. They talk about order your prayer cloth, only 2 payments of $14.99, and get this and that. Like, I just want to be the nigga who invented the Snuggie and shit, the blanket with sleeves. Like, I need to come up too. Like, I'm with it. I'm with it if you get your check and do something with it.
Look, this is what he said. Brittany, I just sent it to you. He says, since my BBL blend is such a success, currently I'm looking for things to reverse autism, dwarfism, and Down syndrome.
This is my thing. Why you gotta wait here, girl?
He must be a mad scientist.
Brittany, tell me that's not Photoshop. Yo, ain't no herbal teas doing that.
Hell to the no. No, she got them suction cups. You know that you took the
You switching towers, Brittany. You switching towers.
Yo, Andrew, I'm gonna send it to you.
I already know this shit fake, yo.
Let me send it to Cam.
No, I need to just get high. Like,
Nah, that joint's wild. Let me send it to Bronzo.
He looked like a whole fool.
I ain't see the picture, but I saw the claims that he made. I saw the claims that he made, and
no, you could tell that's Photoshop, though.
He putting shrooms in there. That's what have them bitches hallucinating. That's what that is. He putting something in there that's gonna mentally have you thinking that the change. And you know how, for real life, you know how like women they get symptoms of them being pregnant, like you got that type of like it's a disorder. They feel pregnant, they get the symptoms, all of that, and they're not pregnant. That's what you know. He putting it in the fucking their mind. Dwarfism. How you correcting dwarfism?
Yep.
Like your bones is gonna grow.
They got that new surgery. You saw that surgery that they got that's making people taller?
Oh yeah, yo, I saw that. You went from like what 5'4" to like 5'9" or something.
I saw it.
That's like an extension thing.
Yeah, they break your legs.
Well, just put your little pad in your shoe and call it a day.
You ain't no pad that tall, player.
I seen that man on Instagram. He be having all his Jordans with that big boot on his shoe.
Oh,
all the Jordans custom.
Brittany's
you know what I'm talking about?
Brittany's messed up.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Brittany's messed up. Yeah.
One of his legs shorter than the other, yo.
Brittany's messed up, yo.
I know who she talking about.
Nah, yo, the one yo be on there. He got one short leg.
Yeah,
yo,
one short leg. So he be having all the nice ass Jordans though. He got the
prosthetic shoes. Yo.
Yeah, but all his shoes is custom. They custom Nikes, custom Jordans. That's all you need. Because you ain't finna break my. Let me tell you something. You ain't finna break my bone.
Definitely not.
Yeah, with the growth surgery, they break your bones and then spread them apart, and then they
That's too
grow
much.
back. They grow back.
And when you
together.
get but how long till they break again?
Bronzo, you got
it's
that
like,
picture I sent you?
6 months, I think, before you can walk again.
Yeah.
but just like the people who get the veneers, who get all those fake teeth put in, but they don't got the money to keep them up. Like
Jeez.
they done shaved your fucking teeth down to nubs, put these fake shits in.
That's crazy.
Then you get like 20, 30 years, you're gonna have to get them redone, but you ain't got the money to, like, it's crazy what these people doing to their teeth just to have a nice smile. Be looking fake as shit. But they got the smile though, but they can't keep it up. Just like the BBLs and shit. Remember K Michelle was talking about all the shit she was going through?
Mm-hmm.
With her body
It looked like,
color.
bro, it looked like you could see like little indents of where the suction cups was on her ass. You see like discoloration on her ass. I know I'm on some real creep shit.
No, that's why I said the suction cup. No, you can see it. My homegirl do that suction cup stuff for the butt. She got my bringing. Do you want to? I said, I have a butt. I don't need it no bigger. Like, she asked me if I wanted it. Like, no, thank you. You ain't finna put no hot bowls fire on my tail. You got to walk around with red
lips. Remember the little duck lip child or whatever the fuck was going
oh
around?
My gosh.
Swelling up their lips. Yeah. Look a whole mess.
I'm done. Let's move on, man. Man, Colin Kaepernick recently been putting on Instagram that he was still ready for the NFL. You know, we was all supporting him at first, but man, now it's been 3-4 years later. Should he just give it up? What's your thoughts?
I ain't gonna lie.
Just give it up?
He is done.
They said that that teams was looking at him to come back to the NFL.
I never heard nothing like that.
I want to see what the contract look like. That's what because he could come back, but what the contract look like?
But yeah, you gotta remember he took that settlement with the NFL. So
that's what I'm saying. What's the terms and conditions?
So do you know if he can even come back? Like maybe he's just trying to do a public lobby so that he can reverse the contract. Because you remember him and the NFL settled and they didn't make the terms of the deal public. So maybe in there saying that he can't play in the NFL now. So now he's trying to get the public opinion on his side so that he can lobby.
I feel like you also gotta remember, bro, he like 35.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is, what the fuck changed? Like, what did they do? Black Lives Matter, kneeling. Like, I understand the movement he took, but like, what the fuck changed for you to want to come back to the NFL? Like, I don't get it. Or they kicked it. Yeah, no, my fault.
Right. So I mean, no. We're looking from like outside of like social issues, from like a football standpoint. He's a 35-year-old quarterback who ain't really proven. Like, I mean, he went to one Super Bowl, but the team was nice as shit though. It wasn't just him.
Yeah.
So he ain't proven. He old as shit, and he want people to spend money on him from the come back. And then you throw all the other shit on top of that.
Yeah.
But I feel like he using like the whole. I mean, the NFL did do him dirty. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like that's not the reason no more. Like, if he was younger and he was better, I feel like niggas would have signed him by now.
That's a fact.
Yeah. They kept fucking with AB. Right. Even though that shit crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, yeah, you're right. Money recognized talent. He must don't got it.
Especially like the whole like black quarterback movement that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just not like that no more. He ain't Lamar Jackson. He just not like that.
I don't think he was ever. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I think he was nice that one season. He was elite that season. But he had one season, like you said. Yeah, it's a little too much. It's a little too much, especially for the NFL. I feel like that's a lot. That their league is a lot more conservative than the NBA.
Right.
I feel like there's a lot of problems that they completely shun away from that players in the NBA have came back from. Like Ray Rice, how they did Ray Rice. If Ray Rice played basketball, he could have made the All-Star game next year.
No, I don't know about all that, yo. Once that video came out, I mean, I don't know.
But did she spit on them?
Jason Kidd, there's so many wife beaters in the NBA, bro.
Yo, the video, like, you got to remember, with Ray Rice, he got only a small suspension before that video came out. Once the video came out, yo, you gotta remember when the video came out, it was over for yo. It was OVA. That's on that Drake.
Nah, I'm
But
telling
even
you.
still, like, and I feel like another concern is like I said, he's 35. He's been away from the game for like I don't know how long.
Oh yeah, no, I feel it.
And it's just like they probably considering like, can he come back in here and still run with the niggas is like 22, 23? You know what I'm saying? He ain't Tom Brady.
Is there a team out there that needs him?
Not really. I mean, you got a draft coming up. Like, there's nobody who's gonna really kick out that money for him.
They were saying that, and then he even tweeted that he could be a backup quarterback. But you know they got the new NFL league going on. I think he could join that joint.
They're not gonna take that chance.
Why not?
No, it's a couple different.
You gotta remember, Kaepernick had that Nike deal, yo. That's a whole opportunity.
He got a Nike deal because of what he did. They didn't get a Nike deal because he was nice.
It don't matter, yo.
But you also got to think it's a new startup league. You really that's a controversial like pickup. Like they're not gonna take that and then they get a wrong response from the white people.
I just want to know
backing
what
them.
changed.
Nothing. He just probably loved the game.
I get that, but I'm like, you gonna go back to the same people, like the same issues still going on. Like niggas still getting killed. Like they might not be posting on the news every goddamn day, but like it's still happening.
That's a fact.
No, I get what you're saying. Like how are you talking about all this shit like the NFL is unfair and racist and shit like that, but now you want to play with them again.
That's what I'm saying. Like what? That's just like when the girl take the nigga back who been cheating. What did he change? What he doing different now, bitch? Now you think it's
probably need some money.
True.
Yeah, and I mean, at the end of the day, you got to keep it the same stack. Like you had the little documentary on Netflix. You compared the NFL to slave trade and all of that. Now it seemed like you begging to get back in.
Yeah, now you want to go back on the docket
to get back in.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So like, that's a fact. If you're gonna make a decision, you gotta stand on it 10 toes down, yo. Like, come on, yo.
And then you can't even really say like, you know, oh, it's for the love of the game. You love the game, and you can go coach somewhere. You can go, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure there's a college out there or high school like, oh, it's Colin Kaepernick. Maybe we can bring him like QB coach or something like that.
It's different. That's different. Like, I ain't gonna lie.
I get what you're saying. Like, playing and coaching is different. But like me, I ain't playing nowhere. I found somewhere to go coach at because I love the game. You know what I'm saying?
But that nigga is in NFL. He's in semi-NFL shape at least.
Yeah. And he said he's been training the whole time.
At least semi-NFL, if I'm not going to give him NFL shape. You know, so he can actually realistically go somewhere and play. Like, ain't none of us ain't going nowhere and playing, bro. Niggas don't.
I'm going to the league.
Yeah, I could have went if my ankle ain't fucked up. Sound like my father. Yeah, blew my knee out and shit.
You going to the league, and I'm taking that $1 million loan, and I'm going to get a little baby.
Go ahead.
Yo, son, I'm taking $1 million, get a little baby feet.
That's gonna run me a half. That's gonna run me a $500,000, and then I'm going. You just heard Snoop Dogg video. He said he need $250,000 for his feature, and another quarter for the video. Then I'm gonna get a Snoop Dogg feature.
So you just gonna blow the shit, huh?
All gone.
Sound like.
So don't fucking.
But no,
you want them go? God got me.
His agent got to be some ass. If he can't get nobody, you got Canadian football, you got the NFL, you got the USFL, you got the XFL.
Nah, you want to go to the NFL, yo. I'm pretty sure the other leagues would
take. Play some, but why not go somewhere for like a year or two, prove that you still got it.
Yep.
And then you know what I'm saying, the league be like, all right, you know, maybe we can take a chance on this league real quick.
Because that's what that's what the NBA would have did. They would have sent his ass to the G League.
Exactly.
And that's basically the G League. So yeah, I feel what he's saying.
And if anybody fucking with him in America, you got European football leagues. And you're like,
and at a certain point, people gonna stop caring. So my man Kaepernick, while we love you, yo, you gotta make a move, bro, because it's getting a little drawn out at this point.
Yeah, I feel like he think he too big. He think he too big to compromise when he gonna have to compromise, to be honest.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna be a monument, like be a monument. Like you can't be a monument, then won't be a tourist and shit again. Like you gotta be the thing. You know what I'm saying? be the thing that stands still and stand firm. Like
Mhm.
you need to go start a nonprofit. Like you know what I'm saying? You stepped out on that ledge, like you gotta go back. You can't walk back to us.
Everybody is not built to really walk the walk. You
That's
know,
a fact.
he probably did it for as long as he can. You know, because it's a lot of shit that them guys that will basically make him a martyr.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And you
Yeah,
know,
I don't think
You know
anybody
how
trying
you know how
to
they
do that
treat
shit.
black martyrs now. They kill them now. They kill the black martyrs. Don't know what they want that shit.
No, honestly, I feel like what he did, he wasn't expecting that shit to be like get him in this position.
Yeah, I feel you. I can see that.
So now he out here like, damn, I didn't do all this shit. I can't even play football no more.
I can see that. He probably was at home crying like a motherfucker at the end of that
Probably
first.
regret he did that shit low key.
Yep. Yep.
I mean,
That's
he
probably
missed out on,
exactly what happened.
I think he thought he was
going
gonna get support. Like I think because people tried to support him, but there was no way to like help him. You see what I'm saying? Like
No, he
definitely
got a
was-
lot of
they-
support. Bro, he got a
I-
multi-million-dollar book deal. Where's that money at?
Fact. Netflix, I'm pretty sure Netflix kicked out the bag, and I'm
Yes.
pretty sure Nike kicked out the bag.
Yes, come on, bro. He's not supposed to be broke. That nigga's not. He's not supposed to be broke.
Right.
He should be a millionaire. That's why I was saying for the love of the game, because he shouldn't need no money.
That's a fact.
I
think
still-
he's
I mean,
personally, I think he's good. I just
Yeah,
think
Y'all was
he was
he's
raised by
NFL
white people.
owners.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was raised by white people.
If y'all was NFL owners, would y'all take a chance on him?
That's a fact, yo. You gotta remember, it's only so many of us. Now, I don't know. I would have been took the chance, but if it was like I ain't take the chance before, and then now, like I gotta be honest, I don't know.
They changed.
I gotta see his tapes. I gotta see him through boot camp or whatever.
That's a fact, because right now, yo, it looked like and it depended if the owners had any insight on the deal. Like, what did the deal say? You got to remember, he took a deal with the NFL. What if the deal said you can't play no more? Like, you know what I'm saying? That joint was not like, you know what I'm saying? So now he's going to try to get public opinion on his side so that it can override. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think the deal said that, bro, because he worked out for some teams. I remember him working out for my Giants. If it wasn't last year,
that was before the deal,
ago.
though. I think that was before the deal.
I mean, it was like it wasn't recent, but like it was about probably 2-3 years.
Yeah, bro.
He went to a workout.
He
Only
worked
had
out
the
for a
team
couple
showed up.
teams. Yeah. So you heard too. I think he had a couple. I think he had another workout too.
No, it was like one workout where he said that the NFL cameras couldn't film, only his cameras could film it. Then he went to a whole different field, and then he got mad because only half of the teams followed him to the other field.
Yep.
I don't know. Beggars can't be choosers. You know, it's like you either had to come in firm or like he done broke already. You see what I'm saying? Like, you done broke.
He old and he controversial, but there's two things the niggas not gonna take a chance on.
Yep.
And like I said, and even if he did come back, like I said, I want to see the contract. You can't kneel. You can't. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna put limitations on it. Like that's how this shit works.
As soon as his ass kneel, you cut.
We're gonna keep it moving, man. Next up, Patrick Lola, man. That's the next victim of police brutality. Describing this scene is police officer pulled him over, said that the tags did not match the vehicle he was in. Let me give you some context. This man is a Caribbean immigrant.
Okay.
As soon as he got pulled over, he hopped out the car. Point number one, man, you already messed up.
Mm-hmm.
He was kind of aggressive. He was arguing with the police officer. I would say that was inexperienced police officer because the officer was arguing back. You know what I'm saying? Like if you do a routine traffic stop and the passenger hops out and then you argue with him, like I don't think a veteran officer would, kind of engage in that kind of activity. Next up, Patrick flees the scene and a police officer pursues him.
Okay.
I'm gonna go through the events before I kind of break it down and think what I think. Then they have some kind of tussle. The officer tries to deploy his taser. The taser didn't hit the man. They kind of tussle, and
No,
then
he grabbed the taser too.
no. I don't think that was proven, Cam. I don't think that was proven. Let's stick to the facts.
All right.
Taser was deployed. They tussle, and then the body camera cuts off. Up until then, you have body camera. When they're tussling, the body camera cuts off, right? And then it ends up with the man being shot in the back of the head. All right, so we can kind of debate it. Cam said the taser was deployed. Taser deployed or no taser deployed. If you shoot somebody in the back of the head, that means you had control over them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's no way you wrestling with somebody and then you in such non-control or don't have control of the situation when you shoot them in the back of the head. Like, if you watch the whole video, it was showing the man was trying to flee the scene. He wasn't fleeing to attack you. And even with the taser, they said he grabbed the taser. That's to be proven or disproven. But the taser, when I seen he grabbed the taser had already been deployed. If you know anything about what? Cam, what?
Oh no, I was saying right. I agree with you.
That when he grabbed the taser, it was already deployed. If you know anything about police issue tasers, that you got to recartridge them. So the police officer didn't recartridge. So if you grab and try to turn or redirect, like it wouldn't have worked. You know what I'm saying? And everything showed you. I'm not no police officer, but there's a couple forms of resistance. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I can't even remember, but there's the type of resistance he was showing, that he was showing resistance, but he wasn't trying to harm the officer. He was just trying to flee the scene. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thoughts. Like, it's an unfortunate situation. I don't think he should have hopped out the car from the beginning. I don't think he should have ran, but all of that doesn't end it up with him being shot execution style in the back of the head. You got to remember, he was executed in the back of the head at the end of the day, man. What's your thoughts?
Well, I mean, I agree for real. Like, for one, if you watch the video, the cop was on top of him while he was on the ground. I feel like it was no reason for him to really pull out the gun. If you was really that distressed and you felt like he was gonna do something to you could have just hit the motherfucker. You ain't had to shoot him in the back of the head. I mean, of course, you still got in trouble, but I'd rather get hit in the back of my head and shot. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I feel like it was definitely, the whole situation was crazy. Like I said, I do feel like the officer, you know what I'm saying, he's probably, he ain't know what the fuck was going on, but that's not an excuse to shoot somebody in the back of the head while you already got control of the situation. And if you was really that scared, you could have let the motherfucker run off.
Yeah, you pulled him over for a tail light. Like, I mean, not a tail light, for the plates not licensing the vehicle. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can, from my understanding, you should only be pursuing in the act of a felony. If that person is risking a greater harm to the neighborhood, then you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a lot of stuff going on, man.
See, but I'm about to be the devil's advocate. Even though I don't really fuck with the cops, I'm gonna argue that anytime a car has stolen plates on it, it's a good chance that car is stolen, or you about to use that car to do some wild shit in it.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but not to be like stereotypical, but he was an immigrant. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can see that bro don't really speak no English like that. Most likely, he probably couldn't get it like a license because he's probably illegal. You know what I'm saying? And he stole the place off a car.
You also got to keep it in mind it's COVID. DMV has been in the way backlog, It's even certain counties and jurisdictions that have been saying that you can't pull people over for expired tags or things of that nature. They even put it in law. Yeah, they even put it in law since the pandemic. So, you know what I'm saying? Even though we on the tail end of it, like, you got to keep all of that in mind.
Oh yeah, no, listen, like I'm not siding with the police. That was just a perspective I wanted to throw out there for real. But yeah, I feel kind of the same way you feel for real, G. Like anytime, well, Cam said this too. Anytime you on top of somebody and the next your problem solving, the next thing your brain tells you to do is shoot, then something is wrong. Like, and see, I'm finding it hard to determine whether it's something wrong with the system or something wrong with all of these people. You know, because like if you look at it, if you simplify it, like it's very simple. Black person dies, white person. But the common denominator is all the white people are cops. Right? So I don't know if it's the white people that's fucked up or it's the police academy that's teaching the white people to be fucked up.
Right.
I want to see I want to look into the cops' background because, like, it's a lot of people who become police that was bullied. Like, now they feel like they got power. Oh, you're not listening to me. You know what I'm saying? Because they got that badge and a gun. I would look into the cops' background. I'm pulling out his old high school exes, all of that shit. I want to see, was he the nerdy kid who got his head in the toilet or stuffed in lockers? Like, I would look into him as a person first.
See,
Just to see if he has some other shit going on. Like, we gotta go get him evaluated. You know what I'm saying? That man gotta seek therapy or something. Like, you just killed the man for tags not matching.
What I learned is, and I ain't go ahead, you finish your thought.
I'm just saying, like, there gotta be something else to the situation. Along with what everybody else is saying is like, there's no reason he should have died for tags not matching the car. Point blank, period. Like, and then the video to cut off, so we don't know if he was fighting them back. We don't, like, you know what I'm saying?
Nah,
But either way,
the video
it was
like
the back of the head. It was the back of the head. Like, how you shoot in the back of the head? Like, how do you justify that? Like, I want to see the police report. Like, I want to see the actual evidence. Like, they be taking too long to come out with that shit so they can make something up.
Yeah, I'm ready to say it's definitely. Listen, they are a fucking gang.
Mm-hmm.
So they definitely cover shit up for each other. Like, where did this happen at? Because I ain't even had a chance to dive into this shit. Anybody know what area was this in?
Yeah, let me pull it up. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Cause yeah,
Michigan. In Michigan. Yeah,
definitely. Like, that's one of the most corrupt states in America. So yeah, I can see them covering shit up. This right here is gonna be another cold case.
No, I feel like the evidence is just too. He gonna go to jail.
He gonna go to jail for 11 years.
Like, I don't know, 11 years, but because it's like honestly, like when I see like shootings and stuff like that, like you gotta look at was it a good shoot, was it a bad shoot, or whether it really is an accident. This shit was it was a bad shoot. There was no reason for him to really pull his gun out.
But I hate the fact that I be forgetting these people names that died at the hands of the police. But it was a video of a heavy set black man. He had gold teeth. They was out front of the liquor store fighting in front of the police car, right in front of the police car. They was on the ground just like the other nigga was, and he shot the man 3 or 4 times in the stomach. Right, the same way with malice. You could tell it's not no accident. He walked. That was one of the reasons why we was fucking riding. He walked. Like, they be walking, bro. I'm telling you. Like, I don't expect for justice to be served in these cases.
Yeah.
They are justice. According to them, they are justice.
What Killer Mike say? Start attacking the pensions and shit. I promise you, stop like it. But see, the thing is, you see, they don't shoot Asians. They don't shoot like all them other rich people because they know they're not standing for it. Like, I feel like when it's black people, they feel like ain't nobody really finna fight for them. Ain't nobody finna do like they could get away with it. You see, like even George Zimmerman was out there signing people's Skittles packets and shit.
I mean, because you gotta think about it. Like, this shit ain't new. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They've been lynching motherfuckers and burning motherfuckers.
Because you don't see black cops doing this shit. Like, black cops ain't accidentally shooting people.
Man, you
but
gotta
what
keep
I'm
it a
saying
stack.
is,
Go ahead, Cam.
what I'm saying is like the resistance that they're getting from like the black people movement and the like the cops shooting black people and all that shit getting videotaped, that shit's new. The fact that they doing it, that shit been going on for hundreds of years.
That's a
Yeah.
fact.
So they didn't already built up like, all right, like, you know what I'm saying? We've been doing this since like 1770s, some shit like that. Why the fuck we gotta stop now?
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
already predisposed for it.
I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot going on. Like y'all mentioned a lot of good topics as far as who's doing the killing and things of that nature. I was like you personally, I find it hard to use the Zimmerman argument because we claim
That
we
was a
got
random nigga.
you claim we got so many real N words that y'all gonna keep it such a stack, and y'all so mad at 6ix9ine for snitching and all of that, and ain't nobody gonna slide on Zimmerman, right? Ain't nobody gonna slide on Eric Gardner's killing, right? Ain't nobody gonna slide on the boy that killed Trayvon, but you gonna go slide on you got so much energy for 6ix9ine, and you got so much energy for the local person in your neighborhood that look like you that beat you out $10. Like it to me, it just don't make no sense,
Bro, listen,
All right,
it's not supposed to make sense. Like that's the whole reason that it's being pushed on. Well, it was being pushed on us. Now we're pushing it ourselves. But that's the whole reason that it was pushed on niggas, because it does not make sense. It's chaos. Like that's where we supposed to be at. You know, that's where we supposed to be at. Because anytime people is in chaos, like there's no room for you to grow. You know, so yeah, like you're right. Nobody's gonna slide for them niggas. Nobody's gonna slide for them. But it's not because we don't have no sliders. Everybody's energy
slide for the wrong reason.
Yeah, everybody's energy is just being misdirected. Because like I hate to be I don't hate to be this actually, but that's part of the plan. Yeah, that's part of the plan.
We too busy killing ourselves. We ain't really worried about killing them.
Yep. That's it.
That's a fact. Man, we put rest in peace to that brother, but I mean, this one could go either way. I wouldn't be surprised if the officer gets off because, but him jumping out the car, and if you look at it from the officer pulling the man over for expired tags or tags that don't match the vehicle, it didn't wind up him being executed in the back of the head. So, they're going to try to spin this whole case a lot of ways, but that shouldn't have resulted to that.
Yeah, I feel like this one, he might go to jail, honestly. I feel like this, yeah.
You should.
Depends on how this should become, because I mean, this is my first time really hearing about it, but like, so it can't be like too high profile, and all that shit really matter when it comes to like the media and stuff. It matters when it comes to law. Unfortunately,
what's the man with they need on his chest? What's that man?
You're
talking about George Floyd.
Yeah.
So they sentenced them convicted, but they didn't get convicted. Did only the one man go to jail, right?
I think the trial's still going on.
Yeah, the trial's still going on for that. Though.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, because they convicted them, like they went to whatever, but I mean they arrested them or whatever the fuck. But like they don't never get convicted. That's the thing for me. It's like you pass a bill, it go to the House, then it gotta go to Supreme Court or whatever the fuck. You know how that shit works. Like they get the first step done. They be doing the right part on the first half. It's the second half they get fucked up. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, they'll take them to court. They'll put them on trial and shit. But like, they always walk. They don't never get justice. And for me, I just can't put no more hope. That's why I'm so happy I don't have fucking kids. Like, if I had kids, I'd probably be stressed out every fucking day. I ain't gonna hold you.
Man, let's keep this joint moving, because we definitely could talk about that all day. I'm going to bring y'all back to have a more deep dive on police brutality. That might be another topic, Messing with y'all, I got some good topics, I think Bronzo might gave us the feminism joint. Bronzo also gave us I didn't credit him on this joint, but
Well, I got one for you.
What's going on, Cam?
So it's like, so I was talking with somebody the other day, and I was like, do you really want to like teach your kids to go out there and be like, somebody hit you, go hit them back? Because like, nowadays niggas don't fight no more.
Mhm.
They shoot. So this thing about when our kids is growing up, the first thing I feel like first thing they're gonna do is pull a gun out.
Yeah.
So that's like, you telling your kid like, all right, don't, what I'm saying, somebody hit you, hit them back, but then you tell them basically you might be signing that death certificate the next day.
I don't know. Like I feel as though, see, all right, you picture that topic. We ain't talking about that right now. Let me stop for another time. All right.
Yeah, Bronzo gives him is I think he said, is it the system or is it the people? I think that's a good topic too. So we got the parenting, we got the feminism. Is it the system or is it the people? Next, we got a quick shout out. Pooh Shiesty was recently sentenced to 63 months in jail. They said he was facing 8 years, so he got less than that. So it's about 4 years. So we're gonna keep it moving. Pooh Shiesty will be getting up pretty
5
soon.
years, 10 months. He got 5 years and 10 months. Actually.
Oh, 5 years, 10 months. So he'll be getting out 2026 and 2026, close 2027. So that was better than when he's getting. I mean, for him being caught on camera, with the shootout and all of that, that's crazy. So,
Ain't Melly supposed to be getting on something?
That's what they said. That he
No.
had a hearing or something. So I don't know what's going on with him,
No.
You don't think so, Bronzo?
That nigga's not coming. Come on, man. For what? Why?
He had a hearing coming up, so I ain't heard no update on him lately. So we're gonna keep it in this topic. Last week,
Go ahead.
Last week we talked about Twitter. Elon trying to take over Twitter, buy Twitter outright. Recently, Twitter adopted the poison pill tactic. So this is a tactic that companies can take when they don't want to get taken over by a single shareholder. So this tactic involves Elon Musk is trying to buy up the outstanding shares of the company so that if he gets over 51%, he technically owns the company. So what Twitter's board recently enacted is called the poison pill method, right? So if Elon Musk acquires 15% of the company, Twitter will issue new shares at half the price the current company is trading for. So that kind of devalues and decentivizes that person that owns 15% of the company to buy new shares, right? But there's also another method that Elon could take called the tender method, where Elon Musk could send a letter to every single every single Twitter owner and ask them if they would sell their shares at the price he offered of, I think, whatever the price Elon offered for Tesla. So what do y'all think about that, man? Do y'all have any thoughts on Elon buying Twitter? I know this is more of a Mo topic. He loves Twitter, but I'm just getting into Twitter for real. But I really don't have no thoughts.
Me personally, I feel like they need to do whatever they need to do to stop him from buying Twitter. Because, like, one man, he can't have that much control, bro. Like, buying up all these companies doing, like, that's too much.
See,
I feel like he's doing too much.
It's not even about the control because, for real, like, I don't really think it matters if he takes over the auto industry. It's the fact that he's fucking with something that's so substantial to our freedom of speech.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people go there to state their opinions and shit like that for real. So, one man privatizing that basically and being able to enact his own rules on that would be a detriment to society. Things of that nature, I feel like should be owned by shareholders. Not one person should not have the controlling stake in that.
All right, so let's give it all the way facts. When you have private companies, you still have shareholders. You can have up to 2,000 based on the new regulations. So they still will have shareholders, but Elon Musk would most likely have the voting power, meaning that the shareholders couldn't outpower him, right? So shareholders effectively wouldn't have any power in dictating anything that Elon Musk wasn't for, right? So just to get that out. But I'm going to kind of take the opposite approach of y'all, yo. Like, I think Twitter is already banning free speech and doing some kind of censorship. If I'm for it, against it, like, me personally, I think the information should get out there. And I think that if you are spewing what they call false news or fake news or things that are false, that you should be stoned in the public square. Like, you should be able to have people rebut and give facts that disprove you. I don't think you should be kind of banned and then put in silos with people that agree with you. I think that just furthers the issue. So, like, I don't think Trump should have been banned. Like, if Trump is saying stuff that's outlandish and everything, like, you should have people being able to prove why what he was saying was outlandish. Like, banning him and him going to another platform where everybody agrees with him is not helping anybody, right? Because it's even just hyping his head up like, oh yeah, at Twitter I couldn't say what I want, but on this platform I can say whatever I want and everybody agrees. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be able to, like, if you stand on something, you gotta stand on it 100,000. You gotta be able to defend it. You know what I'm saying? So banning people, like, you know what I'm saying, like outrageous stuff, like saying you're gonna harm or do some bodily harm to somebody that would end their life, like, I can agree with. But like, outside of that, man, like, you just gotta let it rock. Like, that's why y'all got net neutrality. That's why y'all got certain laws to put you in place that you're not responsible for what people say on your platforms. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, I agree with you, but
I agree with, yeah, go ahead.
But it's like, how do we know that that's his reason? Like he going? How do we know that he's going to take the same stance that you're taking? He can be trying to buy the whole company and be like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Anybody speak out against Tesla or me or any other company on whole, block their shit. It's because, you know what I'm saying, that shit can fuck up his stock.
That's a fact, but that's the
I'm
powers
saying.
you get as you own a powerful company like Twitter. You got to understand, like, Twitter is the new public square. Like, that's where it's going down at, from what I understand.
Right, he's virtually trying to control the public square.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, that's exactly what I think is going to happen to more people if Elon Musk owns Twitter for real. Like, yeah, he's going to bring Trump back. And I believe Trump should be able to come back for real.
Yeah, I feel like he's not just buying it. No, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying because you're right, he not hurting nobody. But at the same time, like I was saying earlier, as far as watching Twitter and then watching Netflix stock drop, Twitter forms people's opinion. That's where a lot of trends are born at. So if you own the trend maker, then you own the trends. And one man should not own the trends.
Especially as people living and dying by trends these days.
Like,
and then you gotta think about it.
I'm against capitalism a little bit, then I guess so. But one man should not own it. Like, Cam was right. Maybe the nigga is doing maybe he is doing too much.
And that's the thing. Like, you gotta think about it. He a businessman. With him buying something is always gonna be a reason for him buying something. You know what I'm saying? He's not just buying Twitter to be like, oh, okay, I own Twitter. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna make money on that shit somehow. Whether it be shady or not. Like, he got a plan for it.
Yeah, but you gotta remember that most billionaires have a platform to kind of suppress or push forward news. Like, even Chance the Rapper owns Chicago Tribune, he's not a billionaire. Jeff Bezos owns New York Times. Like, most billionaires have a media outlet. So Elon's like, well, I'm not going to go with the traditional media outlet, man. I'm going to go new age. I'm going to get one of these technology companies and I'm going to use that. And what's not better than Twitter?
Why couldn't you get Facebook?
he don't got enough money to buy Facebook, man. Zuck's rich.
Man, I
Yeah,
don't know. I feel
but
like some shady
I thought
shit.
he been sold Facebook. I thought he been sold that.
Nah, they sold
Who's-
Instagram. Zuck
who's-
still own it. Man, this is our last topic, man. We're gonna get right into it. Appreciate everybody for coming out, but generational wealth, man, is like I lately just been in a fad. Like everybody been preaching generational wealth, generational wealth. I'm trying to create generational wealth for me and my family. I'm gonna do this 4X. I'm gonna do this stock trading. Me and my peoples, we gonna be set for life. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is the facts. Let me just read it straight out for y'all. 70% of wealthy families lose their wealth within 2 generations, right? 90% of wealthy families lose their wealth within 3 generations. Having money doesn't make you financially literate. Education does, right? So, like all of these people preaching financial literacy, financial or generational wealth. And if you really get into it, y'all, there's a lot of people pushing that generational wealth with no plan. Like they just found a buzzword and they just pushing it. Like as a person that is trying to build something that is going to build something in the future, you got to realize that the education of what you're doing and maintaining it is just as important as building that business. Yeah. So that's my personal opinion. What's your whole thoughts on the situation?
You want to know how they killing it though? Because like most people get their generational wealth from either life insurance or they had a house or some property. Now I saw this thing where like it's got all these companies buying like whole subdivisions, but they building houses that's not for sale. You can only rent them. So like that's another thing that we about to start seeing is that all these houses, they building all these new houses. I'm talking about whole neighborhoods, right? But you can only rent. Like there's no chance for you to buy them. Like I promise you, because it's becoming such a thing. Like they finding ways to kill it.
Shit, I'm ready.
no, Andrew, listen. Generational wealth is different than somebody leaving you 5 or even 10 acres.
Yes, but I'm saying how most people get it is either from like selling grandma's house. They get the house, then they build something with it. You see what I'm saying? Or somebody died, they get the life insurance, then they start
No,
something.
I said
You know
it
what I'm
was
saying?
different, bro.
Most how people get it.
We talking about Rothschilds and
Yeah, like white people.
yeah,
You talking about accumulating. We talking about people that got it and how to keep it.
yeah, see, we
We talking about the Vanderbilts, the
Mhm.
Rockefellers, the Rothschilds. Yeah, we talking
The
about them.
DuPonts. I know you're talking about.
Yeah, we talking about people.
Yeah,
in that
so,
level.
Like you said, like I feel like a lot of it is big on the education. You know what I'm saying? Because you can be a millionaire, but then your kids don't know how to, keep making money off the money that you leave them. You're gonna run through that money, and you're gonna be broke the next generation.
So fact, 70% of the second generation, we don't be wasting it. 90% of the third generation. You know what I'm saying?
I feel as though if you do your job correctly, as far as being the patriarch or the matriarch in your family with the money, then education should be important in your household. And if that's the case and niggas still fuck the bread up and you die, you did your job. You know, a lot of these families, it's not that their kids didn't go to school. You know, a lot of these kids, they went to Harvard and Yale and Oxford, but they just wanted to fuck the money up. Like it's different born into it than having to work for it.
And I feel like that's another thing. Like white people, they know about this shit. Black people, you know what I'm saying? Y'all like the generation wealth, like for black people, that's just kind of new for real. Unless your people's already have money. Like I know, you know what I'm saying? Like I know if you leave your kids a little bit of money after you die and shit like that. I'm not like a whole like you building, I don't even know about that shit now, to be honest. But it's like it's a new topic in the black community, honestly.
Yep. Andrew, you got anything to say? I know you was talking about more accumulating earlier, but what do you got to say about the people that have it and how long they keep it and how new people are preaching like generational wealth is the key. But when you look at the data, like even if you build generational wealth for yourself, 70% are losing it in 2
And
generations.
the next generation.
And 90%
I see that,
are
but
losing.
it kind of goes on to what somebody else was just saying about you make them work for it. Is they life easy? Because a lot of them don't have that grind or that hustle culture or that they don't have it in them. So like, do you set up a trust where they can only take out so much a year? And you know what I'm saying? You can leave stipulations on your money when you die.
That's a fact.
So like you can't just give him the keys to the Ferrari and he just learned, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the times what they do is they leave stipulations on the money. Well, you got to get your bachelor's, you got to put so much into a certain account. Like they do, some people leave their kids with a schematic when they die. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but there was no statistic on one generation. It was 2 generations. 2 generations, 70% lose the generational wealth. 3 generations,
they don't respect it. They don't have the same respect for it.
Yeah, so I mean, and we can even see that in our own, like, like generations.
But like even with the
go ahead.
Even with like the Rothschilds, they own the central banking. So even though that the last one died, like they families own the banking system with money or transport, like the DuPonts. You see what I'm saying? Like there was one business or market that they cornered. You see what I'm saying? So even if they fucked it up, their business was still set in the world's politics. So like when you talk about that type of generational wealth, like even if they fucked up the money, they still had a machine that was already running, bringing money back in. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you got to keep the fact that people want to run the family business and things of that nature. And you got to corner a market. Like there's a difference between being wealthy and being rich. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can have a lot of money and be asset poor, right? When you die, like due to inflation, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, say you unfortunately passed away right now in this year, 2022, right? Inflation running at 8%. So any money you left behind lost 8% of its value. And you know what I'm saying? By the time any kind of relatives or anybody took hold of it, you see what I'm saying? So you got to understand that being cash rich, asset poor, or being asset rich, cash poor is different. It's different. You know what I'm saying?
And I feel like it also go down like what Andrew said, like you yourself might have that pass on that grind and get on top. And then once you get on top, you might not necessarily teach your kids the same passion and grind. So they thinking they just had shit handed to them on a silver platter, and you had to work for that. So that go down to like with the wealth you got, like you send the wealth down, you got to send that mindset too.
Yeah, man. And with that, that's the last topic, man. Any of y'all got anything to say before we go ahead and close it out? All right. No. We appreciate Cam, Andrew, and Bronzel for coming out. Man, we had Shawnee and Money Mo stop by for a little bit. And with that said, we out.
Alrighty, man.
Thanks for tuning in to Opinions to Million podcast. Please subscribe, like, comment, share. New episode dropping every week. You want to hop on the next one? Shoot us an email. Follow us on all social media at Opinions to Million. We out.